Welcome to yet another exciting, educative, and explorative travel and adventure series. In this episode, we are going southern part of Namibia. My destination, Dead Valley, that is, Dead Valley. Today is the 6th of December 2022. I'm here with Eric. Eric, please say hi.
Hi.
Eric, please tell us where you're from.
I'm from Kenya.
Yeah. And where are we going?
We are going to Sesriem.
Okay.
To see Dead Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And he's here in the beautiful land of the brave. Namibia. Hey! So today I am the pilot observing. He's the main pilot cruising, and the cruise is good so far. This marks the beginning of our trip to Sesriem. We commence this journey from the capital city of Windhoek into the B1 road to Rehoboth. We passed through Windhoek, and now we're just approaching the town of Rehoboth. We'll take a small break in Rehoboth just to fuel up and get some refreshment, and then we proceed then turn right into the gravel road. So from the main highway heading straight, that will take you to Keetmanshoop, Mariental, and further into Ludritz. Instead, we will take a right turn, and that is into the C24 gravel road. The landscape and vegetation keeps changing as you drive along this rough stretch of terrain and corrugation. The vegetation comprises of short grass and a number of middle to tall grown camelthorn trees. On close observation, you would observe huge nests that are built by social weavers, and these nests would be seen on power lines and treetops. Of caution, cigarette smokers, it is important to put completely off cigarette stumps before you dispose it, as this is a major cause of disaster. Wind, dry grass, heat is a major cause of wildfire that end up destroying the ecosystem. A rule of thumb, always ensure that your garbage, cans of cold drinks, water, disposed on dedicated dump disposal sites. We are now approaching our first turn off C24 gravel road. Going straight will take you to a small town, a small place called Klem. Instead, we are turning right into a narrower stretch that is the D1261 gravel road, and this will lead us to Naukas, Namibia, and finally we'll take a break, lunch, photographic and videography moments in our first scenic point, Spritz Octopus. The landscape as we drive to Spritz Hochte is a bit mountainous, bit of shrubs, and the best time to drive here would be late in the evening when the sun is just setting and you have beautiful contrast between the mountain and the sky. road markings and directions are clearly laid out, so in cases where your GPS system malfunctions, stay calm, follow the markers and traffic signs to your preferred destination. The roads look empty, less busy. Rule of thumb, always keep on the left side of the road, for you will never know when there is another road user. The cruise so far looks good. Be on the watch out for the regional municipality roadwork maintenance services that may be actively, occasionally, in various areas. And we are approaching a small town, in English pronounced as Naukas, native language, or in the local dialect, Naukas. After confirming our GPS positioning system, we are making our second right turn off D16261 into D1275 gravel road, and this will lead us straight to Spritz-Hoogte Pass. Please note, if you are driving a heavily loaded vehicle such as a trailer or a caravan, D16261 to Solitaire would be a preferred route. And so here we are approaching the best destination, one of the most amazing tourist attraction sites, just right before me, Spritz-Hoogte Pass. Next time, I will book myself on a campsite. There's a campsite called Spritz-Hoogte campsite down the winding road, and that will enable me to do some sundowners, sunrise, and if possible, star trail time lapse. And apart from that, enjoy our light snack of watermelon. As we have a long stretch still to go. And that's all I always say, one life, live it, love it, enjoy it, and do it your way. Yep. Behind me is one of the most attractive sites. If you're going to do a trip to Sesriem, you don't want to miss this spot. This is called the Spritz-Hoogte. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put a link on the description of this place. And it's just an epic place. This is a place you just want to come, pull over. Staying hydrated on such a trip is very important, and our choice of rehydration for lunch was a big bulk of a watermelon, which has got nutritional value like containing fibers, sugar, protein, fats, vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, magnesium, and not forgetting the hydration status and to improve health generally. And as we were having lunch, we had minor discussions on how to build an overland vehicle, our own, that we might use for the next adventure, exploration trips. As we gently ease out on the throttle pedal down this breathtaking winding road, I am reminded on a similar path I drove, and that was way back the year 2019. Cape Town, Chapman Peaks Drive. If you haven't watched that video, please click on the link above and watch. Spirietshoogte is an Afrikaans word that means spirits, tis sharp, and hoogte, height. It is located in central Namibia, connecting the Namib Desert with the Khomas Highlands. This area is an escarpment, that is, an area geographically described with sudden, marked changes in altitude. Back in the historical time, a farmer, Nicholas Spritz, owned a farm at the base of the escarpment, and there was need for him to deliver goods to and from his farm. Spritz initiated the path construction using the locally available rock, the quartzites rock. And over time of initiating his construction, the bright rocks could be spotted from a distance. Later, after his demise, the road was fully constructed by the Roads Authority of Namibia using interlocks to improve safety, handling, and tourist attraction. Today, the path is part of the district road D1275 connecting Rehoboth to Solitaire. And so we have made it safe to the base of the Spirietshoogte Pass. Our next stop is in the town of the Old Wheelers, Solitaire. A bit of country road music will do for now. DJ, shall we? Here we come, Solitaire.
Take me to the ruins, aquifers and
are now almost 3/4 way there. We're just heading into Solitaire, about 9 kilometers down that way. We've come down the Sesriem pass. Yeah, I still can't pronounce that name. But it was such a beautiful drive down. The roads are so smooth and we're just having fun. The landscape keeps changing. So now we're heading into the desert landscape. So good, yeah. So I think we shall see you once we get to Sesriem. Cheers.
From the captain, we are now in Solitaire. This is Solitaire. Behind me is Solitaire. The cruise has been good. We passed through Spitzhorte. I can't pronounce that name. I've seen a lot of birds on the way, but I didn't stop for them. So now, hoping to catch the moon at 10 minutes past 6. See you there. So everyone seems happy. Eric has had his experience in 4x4 driving down the Spitzhorte Pass and generally on gravel and corrugation. On my side, I'm also happy. I'm taking my footages as scheduled, and my main aim for this trip was to capture the moonrise, which will be happening at the same time the sun is going down. And at this landscape, I expect to get an amazing moonrise. During our short break in Solitaire, we managed to fill up our gasoline tank and picked up a few refreshments, that is coffee and a piece of apple cake, just to keep our sugar levels within acceptable limits. While checking our GPS system, we are now leaving C14 gravel road and turning right into C15 gravel road that will lead us to our campsite into Sesriem and Sesriem Oshana camp. The global positioning system shows that we have approximately 83.7 kilometers at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. That will give us a duration of 1 hour 6 minutes to our preferred destination. Sesriem is well known because of the Sesriem Gate, which is the main access to the Namib-Nakulov Park. Our tour operator informed us that it would be appropriate to check in at Sesriem Gate at local time 6:30 to latest 7:30. On a glance at our digital clock, the local time is 4:30, and everything is on schedule. Gently and slowly coming down the horizon, the big ball of light, the sun, is dropping down the horizon steadily, changing its colors from a bright neon color into the best colors that we like, the golden hour. At the meantime, I'm checking on the other side for a possible moonrise, and the moment I spot it, I will be ready to capture that epic moonrise. When partaking these kind of road trips, always ensure basic mechanical and medical emergency kits are available on your locomotive. That is, medical, a functional first aid box, mechanical, at least 2 spare tires, a tubeless tire repair kit, lift or jack that is appropriate with your overland or 4x4, spanners, life triangle, reflectors, among others. Ensure that these items are within easy reach, as they will become very handy when least expected. As we go through our second last stretch on our journey, we experience a blown out tire. Our patience and judgment is put on test as we have to change a spare tire under critical situations. Losing the last golden light, missing the moonrise, and the jack provided in the car not giving us enough lift to enable us to remove the blown out tire. This is not what we expected.
Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you in your eyes.
We suddenly realize an acute loss of traction and our rigid resistance on steering accompanied with loss of traction.
Not blue. Not blue.
We pull over, slightly off the road for inspection. To our surprise, we have a rear driver's tire completely ripped off, worn out, and clearly unrepairable.
On a rerun. Are you hound dog tired singing all night long?
Replacing a blown out tire should be an easy task, right? But then this will turn out to be the exact opposite. Now let's have a look at our overland vehicle. Straight from the manufacturer, has the following specs in reference to weight. The towing capacity, which is not important, is just slightly over 3.5 ton. That is 3,500 kilograms maximum towing capacity. The vehicle gross mass, that is the entire weight of the vehicle, is slightly just over 3 tons, to be specific, 3,035 kilograms. Now, let's glance at our overland vehicle. We have a rooftop tent. This is slightly plus or minus 50 kilograms on top of the vehicle gross mass. We have a canopy, an aluminium canopy, to cover everything safe, another 50 kilograms. A 50-liter fridge for our consumables, and that also adds up to another 50 kilograms. Inside our canopy, we have our consumables, our food, our cutleries, our camping gear. Let's say that comes to over 20 kilos. Basically, what I'm saying is, on top of the 3 tons on the vehicle gross mass, we already have almost, slightly over 200 kilos of weight sitting all and sustained by the vehicle suspension system. And that is going to be a very big problem to us, to enable us to free the suspension from the weight of the vehicle in order to get a few millimeters lift to suspend the tire on the air in order for us to replace it. After several attempts of obtaining a stable ground, a stable base, using readily available material that was rocks, unfortunately the scissor jack did not have enough travel to lift or relieve the weight of the suspension. We finally managed to have the scissor jack to extend up enough and enable the suspension to be relieved from the weight of the car and successfully change the tire. And they say, when life gives you lemon, you make lemonade out of it. And so I leave you with this short, adventurous time lapse that I performed while we exchanged the tires, and successfully, to my surprise, the moon rise was captured during all this episode. One life, live it, love it, enjoy it, every day, every time. drive down the gravel road, we finally meet reality and come into a tar road that will lead us all the way to our destination. And so I will say that my God is a wonderful God, because this was my aim on this trip, to capture the moonrise. And during the distraction, I totally forgot about the moon, but he programmed me and told me to just focus the camera on the car. Little did I know that I will capture a beautiful moonrise in the Namib desert. And so on our global GPRS positioning system, we have approximately 20 minutes to our destination. We are anxious as we are not sure, but hopeful that we will be let into Sesriem Gate and to our campsite. At 8 p.m. local time, Sesriem Gate is closed. Lucky enough, we are ushered in and directed to our campsite. We confirm departure time to Dailey, and that is 5 a.m. with an advance. Then advance to the reception for check-in. As we settle down in relief, we engage in dialogue with other tourists as we catch up on our trip experience. Join me on part 2 as I continue with this exciting, educative and explorative travel and adventure series. Good night, gute Nacht, mooi aand, lala salama, and lastly, Nind Maber.
Beloftes van jou omdraai en na my soek. Breng vir my 'n naam op trots, bring haar na my